I don't even flinch with jump scares, except, like I said, if somebody gets hit by a car. But, I mean, for me to sit up, for me to not only react out loud verbally, but to, like, words out loud. I mean, people must have thought I was insane, and I did not care. I left the movie theater. I go see movies by myself all the time, more often than I go with other people. I got in the car, and I remember calling my mother saying, we need to see this movie. Will you come with me and see it again? She's like, I have no interest in this. And I just started yammering at her about all the amazing things about this movie. And I couldn't shut up about it for the next couple of days, so that I went and I saw it again. I saw this twice in the theater in the same week because I couldn't get enough of this movie. I don't care that I knew things. I don't care that I saw the mystery coming, because, like you, I don't sit there and try and figure things out. So if I figure out your movie and you're supposed to be a mystery, I get annoyed. Like, for example, with Knives Out, I had half of it within the first maybe 20 minutes or so. It was more of the how it was done that I didn't know, but I knew it was done to, protect people from spoilers if you still haven't seen that movie. But this movie, it's not about that, in my opinion. I don't think it's a mystery. This is
yeah, you're
happening.
Right. Great point.
I mean, I think and you talk about grief, and good Lord, Toni Collette's grief, and not even for her mother. I don't know when you reveal spoilers in your podcast episodes.
Beginning,
so
immediately.
Let's go. All right. Yeah. So when Charlie is dealing with that awful allergic reaction and is hanging out of the car as her brother speeds to the hospital and is decapitated by the pole, I even was shown the pole, and I didn't think that kind of thing was coming. I thought he would hit the pole, not her head. I just like that scene just goes down in history as one of the greatest surprises for me in film. But
can I clarify one thing just so we're on the same page? So I didn't see the decapitation coming. I didn't know that Charlie was going to lose her head.
I don't think anybody did. God help you.
I did know that they focused on the sign and you see that symbol of it, and I'm like, oh, great. Yeah. And then I guess the most annoying thing for me is I got thinking, like, they put that deer in the road, hoping that this allergic reaction to nuts, and then she would have her head out there, she would get decapitated so her spirit would leave her, and then Ann Dowd would be like, yo, take this in your thing so that we can put it in you. And it's just, then...
I think that's I don't think they expected quite so much.
They're just, like, are they just running around putting out little traps to kill her? Like, since Grandma died, are they like, all right, let's kill Charlie, but let's put nuts at a party, let's incept some nuts, let's lay this deer there, because that symbol was on that pole.
It is on the pole, yes. So I think that there was definitely some mystical incantation that they were hoping for some kind of terrible accident. I don't think they set the nuts up to happen. I think that was just sort of a wonderful convenience for them. I don't know. I think they were hoping I think if nothing happened at that party, he would have been high. He might have gotten drunk, even though he said he wasn't going to drink. I don't know. I feel like there had been some kind of push that there would have been an accident. I don't think that they laid out that her head was going to come off and this horrific thing was going to occur.
So are the demon people at their potluck just going, can you believe what happened? Like,
probably.
Like, they're doing their incantation, like, give me the money.
Oh, my God. Like,
I totally hijacked what you were saying, so I'll
I don't even know that I was being coherent at that point. We were talking about the grief. So, honestly, the phrase that I repeated over and over again in my notes was poor Steve, because Gabriel Byrne's character of Steven is, oh my God, this poor man. I feel like he gives the most underrated performance of this film, because everybody speaks of Toni Collette, and curse you, Academy. Why didn't you give this woman a nomination? Everybody has their thorns regarding major awards and who got one, who should have gotten one, whatever, who shouldn't have won one. This is a massive snub. I don't know how you don't give her a nod, because she's absolutely brilliant in so many different scenes, which we'll get into. But Gabriel Byrne is so understated, and he's the man on the brink the whole time. He's the sanest one. And you think about the history of this family, how wackadoo her mother must have been, how you've got this little girl who the mother is obsessed with, the grandmother is obsessed with. You've got Annie's family history. You know, I have loved ones who have really, you know, unfortunate and terrible histories with their families where, you know, you have to sort of support that person and protect that person in what they've been through and how they've come out the other side. So he's there for her, even though she's got a brother who committed suicide because he was identified as being schizophrenic. This goes to your thing about the mental illness. She reveals I hope listeners are with me because I am really all over the road at this point, no pun intended. But you have her sitting in this grief circle for her mother. So this is early on. She sits down and she's new and they invite new people to speak. So she gets in there and she says, so, you know, my family has always been estranged. I was estranged from my mother for years. My father starved himself to death. Did he drown or did somebody else drown?
No, that was Ann Dowd's kids. He starved himself to death.
You're right. Too many deaths to track. Okay, so he was a psychotic depressive. He drowned himself when she was a baby, so she never really knew her father. Her brother was schizophrenic. And at 16 hanged himself, blaming his mother for trying to put people inside him. And now you've got the mother who's a little on the odd side. She was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder eventually. She had dementia at the end. And if you've ever lost someone who eventually devolves into dementia, it's a heartbreaking situation. So she really, you know, her family had all of these struggles. We come to find out by the end of all this that none of it is authentic, that the son, the brother the mother really was trying to put Payman inside him. So this poor thing who was hearing all of these voices and hallucinating and seeing all of these situations actually was. And so this poor thing killed himself to avoid all of it. I can only imagine the father with the psychotic depression. I can only imagine what he saw because I'm seeing edges of it in Steven. She reveals all of this early on. And I think people dismiss it because they see the movie once and they go, oh, it's about grief and it's about mental illness. But if you don't really pay attention and you struggle to keep details like that in your brain when you watch a film, you forget that she's revealed everything up front. That's a throwaway line. You know, he wrote in a note that my mother was trying to put people inside him. Well, because you heard schizophrenic, you've already dismissed him.
Yeah. That's why I like to. This is not a mystery.
No, it's all there, but you may not know the pieces are there. I have rambled so much.
No, I love it. And, you know, I had my chance, you had your chance, and that's why I have you on, because I respect your opinion. And I really feel like a lot of people who I really respect their opinions love this movie. And then there's me. I guess
you don't respect your own opinion, Mark.
No, but see, if I really don't like something that the majority of people love, I like to explore it because, okay, why does this not work for me? Why do I not like this because it's getting too much praise? Do I not like this because of that? I remember when she said that. She's like, he killed himself because she was trying to put people inside of him. I'm like, oh, great. She's trying to. After seeing all those symbols and necklaces and focuses, I'm like, oh, she tried to put something inside of him. Like it wasn't.
Well, you know that now. In the beginning of the film, on a first watch, you wouldn't have put that together.
I'm telling you, I when she said that,
you knew then.
I'm telling you, I didn't see the decapitation coming, but they show the necklace, and then they show the
and
weird
they're both
cult,
wearing it at the funeral.
The weird cult guy staring at them. We see the triangles in places. I don't know who all these people are. She'd be weirded out by this. I'm like, yeah, she was part of a cult. And then when she's sitting there and she says he tried to kill himself because she was trying to put people inside of him, I'm like, yeah, that was cult business.
I love it.
It's very odd. And I'm not saying a movie's, I don't think, and the good thing is I'm not saying that I picked up on it when others didn't, because I think Aster, everything in this movie he shows, there are, if you pay attention, you can roll with it. And I like that about him. Like at the end, it's not like twist, and then they rewind. And then they show you everything that you missed.
Oh, God, those scenes.
Let me tell you a story. Well, I put this symbol on the pole. We put a deer there. We knew you'd be stoned and you would drive. Barf.
Give you the Scooby-Doo ending.
But I'm telling you, when she met Joan and when she met just everybody, I just kind of went, cult. And at the end, when you're watching these cult members and they just want to get rich, and there's in this movie, it's what I respect it, but Ari Aster, they highlighted things in books and underline things in books. He wants you to see all of this. He wants to tell you all of this. So I think maybe for 99% of people that works. But then when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. And then when she started chasing them and floating on the wall.
Oh my God! You tell me you didn't like that, Mark. Really?
I just kind of went.
It still unsettles me. I watched it the other night to prep for talking with you. And I don't know why I make these decisions, because normally it doesn't bother me. That's why I make these decisions. I watched it late at night. Like, I think I started it at 1:45. So the movie finishes after like 1:30, and I'm going to bed, and we've got these vaulted ceilings. Like, I live in the house that my grandfather built. And so there used to be a garage in our family room, and now it's all like knotty pine walls. And so we've got that vaulted ceiling where, the garage essentially would have been. And so I'm turning lights off, and I'm going, no, Toni Collette is not creeping in the corner of my ceiling right now. Like, it still affected me, even though I know it's not real, but it's like her lurking above him, her son, Peter, when he's in bed and he wakes up. And there's something on the ceiling over him. Like, that's creepy. I think that's so good. And then when she float crawls out, and then he comes out to find his father, and she's on the ceiling again. I think that's amazing. Like, I want to go back and see this in the theater with people who've never seen it before and listen to those people spot her.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I love about watching horror films, is the reactions of people around me.
Fly on the wall, watch them, see what's going on.
I love it.
When they ran upstairs, though, you see the cult members, and then you see the bodies, and then you see the bodies bent in the treehouse. You're like, when did the cult do this? And the fact that they do it all for money, it's just, like, I watched Dark and the Wicked, and like The Strangers, The Dark and the Wicked is about a family who is estranged, and this demon found somebody who was weak and preyed on this person. And then the family comes home and makes it worse. The mom was holding out for a long time, but then you get this family element, dysfunctional, not believing each other, making each other weak, going into old patterns, leaving each other. That's tragic.
And there was some dementia there too, wasn't there? Or was it perceived dementia? It's been a little while since I've seen it.
The father went downhill, and the mom didn't have dementia.
He was still in the bed. You're absolutely right.
The mom told everyone to leave, like, get out of here. And then when they came and didn't believe her, she had that weakness inside of her. Yes. And this demon just preys on the weak. That's what scares me. In Session 9, the presence in that, it's just like, I prey on the weak.
Now, you bring this up, and you talk about a movie everybody loves that you don't. Session 9 does not work for me.
Yeah, man. When Simon, just like, I prey on the weak. And I loved how Josh Lucas's character seemed squirrely at first, and the other kid, but they weren't the weak ones. It was the man who was tired, and just hearing how evil. I guess what I'm talking about is the evilness of it. Simon was evil.
That insidious, under the surface evil. I'm with you.
And listen, I know that gray is fine, but at the end of the day, this is just a cult who wants some extra pocket change. Like,
I love that that's what you come down to. Like, it's just down to the money.
Like, they just want money. If they were really evil, they would follow Simon. If they were really evil, they would follow the Dark and the Wicked demon. Like, we want darkness. No, we want our pockets filled with gold coins.
I don't know. I don't know that I agree that it was just for the money.
Well, they're not following the other 7.
No, they're not. But this is the god of mischief. This is the god of, I'm going to screw with you for my entertainment.
But also brings a lot of pocket change.
Well, I mean, you need to keep your audience, so there's got to be money involved.
The other gods probably didn't offer that. Like, hey, I bring tacos. Like, we're not going to bring this person to life.
Tacos. Who doesn't love tacos? What's wrong with this cult?
I mean, free tacos, like, a good ones, like fish tacos, like fresh cod. Like, are we talking
gosh, this is like the apple of discord. This is like Greek classic mythology of how the Trojan War began, right? Like, you get this squirrely little dude and these 3 goddesses who want this apple that says for the fairest. And Zeus takes one look at this apple and he goes, I am not touching this competition. You've got Hera, you've got Aphrodite, and you've got Athena.